Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Okie dokie, we are here with a couple of little projects, just paper folding ones. This is the more challenging one. I'll show it to you quickly. It folds out and there is two sets of pockets at this end, and you could pop a signature in here and it closes simply and has a little tuck. So a very cute little project, that one, but a little more challenging than the first one that we're going to do. This is just a simple way of folding paper. It's just a way of putting a page in a journal to write on that is a bit more decorative to look at than just a piece of paper. So it serves no real purpose. It's just a fun way to fold a piece of paper so that it looks interesting. So first of all, I will show you how to do that one, and then we'll move on to the more challenging one. As you can tell, this is essentially a piece of printer paper. This is actually a piece of sketchbook paper, but it's slightly thicker than a printer paper, but it's the same size. So yeah, it's very easy to do this little fold, and I also did it with these tiny little pages just to see if it translated fine to a smaller size, and it does. That's how little it ends up, which is kind of cute. So anyway, I will show you now how to do it. We start by folding our piece of paper in half. And once we've done that, we unfold it again. And we just fold a little portion down at the top. There will be no measuring. I just followed my nose, so you can do it too. Once you've folded a little piece down at the top, you turn it over and fold the corners, the top corners, in towards the center line. Once you've folded both those corners in towards the center line, you just take the piece of paper at the bottom and fold it up in line with the bottom of your triangle there. Then we're going to flip it over again and just fold in these little triangles at the ends. Now we're going to take those ends where we folded the little triangles and fold them up to the top. We'll fold up the other one and it will make it into a square piece. And then the top of each of those pieces that you just folded up just tucks inside at the top where you have a little fold there. And it is as simple as that. That is so quick and so easy and turns out so cute. I can't tell you how pleased I am with this little fold. Like I say, it's not anything, there's no purpose to it. You can't really stick it down as a pocket and then unfold it because of the way it's folded. It just is an interesting way to fold a piece of paper. So let's do another one. This time we'll put the perforations at the top and see how that turns out. So we fold over the top, we turn it over, and we fold in the top of the piece of paper towards the midline, making a big triangle. Now we're going to fold the bottom of the paper up to the bottom of the triangle and turn it over and fold those little triangles at either end inwards. Now we're going to take those points we just folded inwards and we're going to pull them right up to the top of our piece of paper. And then we can tuck those little tips into our little flap at the top and we're done. So yeah, it's a very simple little fold, but looks really quite complicated when you first pick it up and look at it. And yeah, very cute. You could put little notes on it to show people or tell people where they need to pull it to unfold it, whatever you like. But yeah, they're just super cute. We'll do one of the tiny ones, or maybe two of the tiny ones. I'm not sure. But let's do a tiny one anyway, just to show you it's a little more fiddly. It is more fiddly, I'll give you that, but just to show you that it can be done with the tiny ones. And they turn out so small and so sweet that, yeah, you'll be wanting to pop them everywhere in your journals. Okay, that was the simple one. Now to move on to the more difficult one. This one still catches me out on occasion. I've made a few, but yeah, it's sometimes difficult to remember what I'm doing. I will do my best for you guys. I'm using these big world book encyclopedia maps. They're large. They're the double spread. I have not cut them. So I will be making one with those, and I will also make one with a smaller piece of paper which will make this size. So again, I have not measured any of this. I am just winging it and hoping we get to where we need to be at the end, which we do. So bear with me. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and yeah, it's something that you might give a go yourself. Okay, the first thing we do is fold it in half to get a center line, and then we are going to fold each side into the center line and make a really good crease in this. We didn't bother creasing the center line so much, we just need it to be there so we can see it. But the sides need to be creased in properly with a bone folder or your fingernail. Or the back of your scissors or a credit card or whatever you like to do it with. Then we are just going to unfold it, and we are going to turn our piece of paper over so that the short edge is facing us. It doesn't have to flip over one way or another. It doesn't really matter too much, just so long as the short edge is facing us. Then we are going to fold it up to the middle, and then we are going to fold that again in half. I say the middle because that is where the pages join. And then we have a series of sort of sections. We didn't crease these very strongly. Now we're going to take the bottom of the page and pull it up to the third crease. And then we're going to give the fold that we've just made a very good crease. This is basically folding it about a third of the way up the page. Then we're going to take that whole section and just flip it over again. And again, give it a good crease. We are going to do this one more time. Take that whole section and fold it over. And give it a really good crease. Now we're going to unfold it all the way back to the first crease that we have. We're going to leave that piece folded up. Then we're going to take the next crease where we folded it one way, and we're going to fold it back on itself. So it just folds underneath the paper. Then we're going to pull it and use that crease that we have there, and we're going to pull it up just to the next crease. So it's not fully pulled up, it's only halfway pulled up. I'll show you how it looks once it's done. Right, now that that's up there, we are going to fold the bottom upwards, and you can see where I have folded it, and I'm going to give it a good crease. So it's sort of half the height that it was. And now we are just going to fold the bottom corners inwards of this section. Just to the same height as that piece at the back is. So just a small amount. Then we are going to fold this entire section upwards so that we can get to that piece at the bottom, and we're going to fold those corners in as well. Then we'll fold this section back down. Now we are going to fold it towards the middle. Fold the sides towards the middle. They are already creased because that was the first crease that we did. So they fold in quite happily. And there we have our 2 pockets. That is the first section of our little folded ephemera folder, come journal, come whatever you like to call it. Now we're going to take these bottom corners and fold them into the midline. Nice simple fold, that one. Once they're both folded in, we are going to take the top point of those folded sections and fold them back down again, making a little triangle. On either side. Now we're going to take our bone folder and along the edges of this triangle, we are going to put a score line in the paper next to it. So we are making a score line on the paper next to the edge of the triangle, because we are going to use that to fold back on itself. So we're going to unfold the little triangles we just folded, find that score line and push it backwards to make a crease, which makes kind of a kite shape at the top there. And now we're going to do that on the other side as well. I'm going to pull that flap upwards, find that crease, fold it back on itself to make a little kite shape. Then we're going to tuck the top of the kite shape one into the other. And then with a little bit of luck, we can fold this backwards and tuck it in. There's already a crease there. It just requires a little bit of sort of gentle persuasion to get it to fold backwards and tuck in. And there we have our little folder. Now, that was difficult. It really was. Maybe you're very good at origami and that made absolute sense to you, but I've done this several times and it still confuses me on occasion. But it is all together and there is a nice little area to tuck your point of your envelope, if you like, in. And yes, you have nice little pockets and you can put some pages in and make it a little journal even. But yeah, it is not an easy project by any stretch of the imagination. It is certainly not an easy one to try and narrate and make sense of. So I hope I did an okay job and you guys can understand what I've done. I will show you a few more times. I'll show you another big one and I will show you one with a smaller piece of paper so that you can hopefully get the idea and maybe try it out yourself. I suggest folding at the same time you watch the video and just pausing where you need to stop and think about it. That's the way I learnt to do it, and I think that it's probably the easiest way to do it. I actually didn't learn off a video, I learned off a blog that had photographs, so it was even a bit harder to work out what was happening. But yeah, hopefully if you follow along with my video, you will be able to get the hang of it pretty quickly. We will make one out of this paper. I believe this is a foolscap size piece of paper, which is larger than a letter or A4. It's taller. You could probably do this with a letter or A4 size piece, but again, it would be a sort of a different shape once you were done. But this translates nicely, and yeah, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Fold into a midline and fold the sides in and give them a good crease. Now, because this is not two pieces of paper like the atlas was, I'm folding a midline in this direction as well, so that I can fold the bottom up to the midline and then fold it again. Then I'll take the bottom up to the basically third way, and again, and once more. And we'll give it a good crease again. Then we're going to unfold it, make sure the bottom one is folded up to the next tight crease, and then we're going to fold that crease backwards and pull it up to the next crease. So basically it's half the height of our first crease and it's behind it. Then we fold in the bottom corners, we flip that section up, find the bottom corners of that next crease and fold them up also. Then we fold the top back down and we approach it from the side again, and we fold the sides in towards the center line. Now we are going to make a point at the other end by folding the bottom corners in towards the midline and making a triangle. And then we will fold that small flap back and make a little triangle on top of that small flap on either side as well. Once we've folded this back, we will use our bone folder again to make a score line along the edge of this piece of paper that we have turned into a small triangle. We'll do this on both sides. Then we'll unfold our small triangles and locate those little crease lines and fold them backwards, making that little kite shape on either side. Of course, as this is a small piece of paper, it is slightly more fiddly to work with. Then we're going to tuck these little kite shapes one inside the other, and using the crease that's already existing, we will try and bend it backwards and tuck it into the small recess behind it. Again, it just takes a little bit of gentle persuasion to get the bits of paper to move in the direction you want them to. Okay, I am going to do this one more time. I will do it one more time in this size, and I also do it one more time in the really big size so that you can see exactly what I'm doing without me yabbering. Now I'm going to speed this up. You can obviously use the tools in YouTube to slow this down if you need to have it slowed down to see what I'm doing, and fold along with me. So anyway, I'll stop talking and let you guys watch. Right, there we have it. That's another one made. I am going to put a little signature in this one just so that you can see how quick and easy that is, and yeah, how well it sort of contains the signature without really even, putting any strain on it at all. This is just some paper from my magazine racks in front of me, and we are just going to make it the right size and sew it in. I am just going to do a simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I am doubling up this thread because it is not a very strong thread, but yeah, it's not really entirely necessary. It's just when I pull on it to tie it up, sometimes it has broken, and well, that's annoying. It is probably worth mentioning that if you are using patterned paper or double-sided paper, it's going to be upside down either on the inside or on the outside. You have to decide, I guess, once you've made it, which side is which. So yeah, you can hold it up this way or you can hold it up the other way. One of them's going to be upside down, but there we have it. It has a signature, and it holds it quite happily. So we'll just pop a few little bits and pieces in here just to show you how the pockets work, and ta-da, done. Yeah, it's not, I say it's difficult. It is difficult. Don't get me wrong, it's difficult. But it's not impossible, and hopefully I've shown you and explained it well enough that you can give it a go as well. So thanks for spending time with me today, guys. I appreciate your company as always, and you know I'll be back tomorrow, so I'll see you again. Have a good day. Bye.